Hey guys, can you hear me now? Have I been talking for 10 minutes and there'd be no sound? What's going on here? Guys, can you hear me? Let me know in the comments, please. Oh, it sounds now. Okay, perfect. All right, great, fantastic. So, let me just try and change back to this. Now, no. Yeah, is it still working now? I think it's working now. I don't know what has happened. Jesus. Sorry, guys. That is let me just confirm. So, I'm still talking. All right. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Well, there I was thinking I was having a great little session on the live stream. We were doing well. I was rocking through the comments, and then I'm seeing no sound. So let's go back to the top and see how we're doing. So yeah, the reason I was showing you my pick and you couldn't hear me was John's question, what's your favorite brand of pick? 0.81 millimeters, that's my pick. And I told an amazing story about how Duff McKagan hit me right here with his pick at a Velvet Revolver show. And I picked that up. And somebody stole that pick off me a couple of years after I had it. So I'll never see that again, I believe. But it did make me a better guitar player for the time I had it. I'm gonna be so all right. Yeah, so that was the pick. So let me find my place where I was in the thing. I'm glad somebody put in the chat that there was no sound because I would have just kept talking and talking. So, thanks for pointing that out, guys. I appreciate it. To who it was, and I'll find out who it was once I get back to it. So, yeah, it was a lot of it was just saying hello to all the people here. Ernie B, thanks for joining us. Scott, thanks for joining us. Um, why is that gone that way? There we go. All right, so I've got the sound monitor up now, and it's actually making things. I'm paranoid about that for the next few weeks. A couple of things that I wanted to point out: the camera situation, maybe not the microphone situation, but the camera situation is sorted. So the battery replacement device is now working and should not cut out anymore. So good news on that front. Now I just have to monitor the software and the microphones. James, you were correct. I was late because I was getting beer, and I was silent because I was drinking beer, I suppose. Marty McFly, thanks for joining. And I was also saying that before the stream, I was watching Back to the Future too, because I just happened upon it on TV. Nice to see you, Chai Pup. Thanks for joining us. Butch USMC, you want Alex Lifeson or Eddie Van Halen? Then you'd have the best of both worlds, Rush and Van Halen. Those are good choices for your band, and for the rest of the band, you could have whoever you want. You can have both of them in it, of course. Jeff Squires, nice to see you. Thanks for coming by all the way from Northern Canada. And of course, Scott Bogfoot is from Newfoundland. And if you didn't know, Scott Bogfoot posts on the Three Chord Dave Facebook page more than I do because I don't really post on it. But I'm trying. It's like my New Year's resolution is going to be to post on the group a lot more. So let me just double check that sound is actually coming through. It does appear to be. Um, Perfect. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, great. It's like there's always something going on. All right, let's just try and move on. Chai Pup, your question. Cheap guitar or expensive amp or vice versa? I tend to go into like cheap amp, expensive guitar. That is my preference, but that's because I'm playing like to myself most of the time. So if I was doing anything where people would listen to me regularly, like a YouTube channel or I don't know, something where I was playing guitar in front of people, I would probably go expensive amp and cheaper guitar. So for example, hey guys, can you hear me now? There we go. My sound has just kicked in on that. Everything's going wrong. Um, all right, so um, see if that had played, I would have known. Right, yeah, if I had like 2,000 euros to spend on it, I had no amp and no guitar, I'd probably buy an Epiphone SG and then spend the rest on amp and accessories if I was planning to like play in front of other people. But I do tend to have an eye just for guitars, and I don't know enough about amps. So yeah, probably I'd just spend like a couple of hundred on an amp. Not that anyone who ever bought a Marshall Code should ever be asked about amps. But there you go. That's my answer to that question. Um, Scott Brower, thanks for joining us. Let's see who's here. I hope a lot of you guys have stuck with me. Thanks for the uh, thanks for sticking by. And that's the problem. I missed the. I was doing so well at the at catching up on the chat, and then no sound. Anyway, we're getting through. Let's see. Okay, you guys are all telling me that there's no sound. That's great. Perfect. Um, all right. Just getting past all that. See, I'm glad you guys are here and have seen them. This is a story I'm going to tell for years. Scott Brower, Dave is actually telling us how he is giving me all of his guitars. Actually, Scott, that did come up in the silent part of the show. What I was saying was you had 10 seconds to ask me very nicely for a guitar, and you had to answer a trivia question, which I gave out. Unfortunately, you didn't hear it, so sorry. Um, Marcia correctly pointed out that I would eventually catch up, and I did. I did eventually. Um, you guys are hilarious. I'm going to screenshot some of these comments tomorrow and just put them up around my office to cheer me up. It's going to be great. And then it started to click with Dave. Here we go. Perfect. Muddy H2O is here. Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by with the greatest name in YouTube. It's your channel nickname, by the way, on this channel. Guess you should have super chatted money for the mic instead of the camera. Well, yeah, absolutely. I think that comment was exactly the moment when I realized the mic's not working. So maybe spiritually it came through. I'm not sure. Um, all right, perfect. Well, let's see if we can get back to talking about guitars. Um, Great stuff. All right, so we're back. We're back. Marcia, Dave looks utterly defeated now that he's learned the truth. I was so focused today. I was like, this is going to go well. Can't wait. And I think somebody in the comments said like, it's ridiculous how much you look forward to these streams. I look forward to them early in the week. I think I said this in the muted section of the show, where yeah, I look forward to these all week long. And from about Tuesday, I'm kind of getting excited for the live streams. So next week I just gotta make sure to turn on the microphone. That's all. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Um, so yeah, anyway, good stuff. Why did Alice give me a pick? I don't know, about 500 of those are flying around here somewhere. That's why I have Alice's picks. Amazon did a special on them or something. I don't know. Alice in Chains. Alice is in chains for sure. Um, Ernie B, you rock, man. We are dedicated fans. We would watch the whole 2 hours on mute. I mean, that is dedication, and I appreciate it. Finally, um, finally, I would have figured it out. Hopefully, I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was only like 9, 10 minutes. I think I would be a professional, but I'm not. um, can I use affiliate links to buy a new mic? It's definitely a thing. I don't know what happened. I changed the mic just before going live, and it obviously decided not to work. Um, Anyway, just the thing as well, the question of the stream, don't know if I've mentioned this or if you heard it. Who would you have in your dream super group? Question I was thinking about today for the stream. I think it'd be pretty cool to put together. Any band, living, dead, whoever you want to put in it, it's in it. Last week we hit 40 likes. I think we hit 42. So we're going to put that as the number, as the target for likes. I'll reveal my super group. And then it's up to you guys to name my supergroup. I think I've put together the best supergroup of all time. You guys tell me what it's called once we reveal that. More technical problems. There we go. It's back. It's back there. All right. So let me know your supergroups as you go. And here's SB. Your pick for dream supergroup: Yoko, Flavor Flav, Christy Alley, and a fat Brett Michaels for that extra power. I mean, I suppose that's a supergroup. Marshall loves Gator Grips, 0.96 for strumming and 1.14 for picking individual notes. I did get like some bone picks. I have some here. Where are they? I got this bone pick from Tolman, which has started to kind of wear through in the holding section. And you can see it on the back, maybe. But this is quite thick. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's comfortable. I just prefer the 81s. I've been using those for a billion years now. So, Butch, now that I can hear you, what's up? Well, now that I'm slightly getting over the embarrassment of talking for 10 minutes with no sound, things are good. Things are good. This is things I will laugh about in years to come, I'm sure. And SB says you don't use picks for electric for some reason. They just finger pick. Jared James Nichols, man, does the same. Does the same. So yeah, good. You're in good company in that regard. That takes more talent than I have. So good on you. Has anyone owned Gary? I thought I said Gary. Gary Telly style guitars. How's the neck, fretwork, etc. I fancy one of the thin line models as a mod platform. I haven't. I haven't a clue about Glary. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen Tradley's videos and stuff like that, but I've never played one. I'm not even sure if they would, if anywhere here sells them. Maybe Tolman does. I don't know. But yeah, guys, if you have, Matt would like to know. So help me out if you've had a Glary guitar. Um, Jeff Squires, when super groups form, they're usually crap. How dare you? Um, it's true. I mean, they're usually not the best work of the artists, but some of them have not been too bad. I'm thinking, I mean, technically, Audio Slave is a super group. Technically, Velvet Revolver might be also considered one. I don't know. Um, my super group is going to be awesome. So you just wait and see. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to just turn off the mic for a second. Number one, to test it, and number two, because I need a lot of drink after all this stuff. So I'll be back to you in a second. Still got sound. I think we still got sound. It's all good. All right. XMG. That brought me out of lurk mode. Oh, well. There you go. Well, thanks for not lurking. Enjoyed having you here. Dave, gonna go back and save all the jokes we made about his silent performance. Good idea to print them out. I'm gonna print them up. I'm gonna be like this is why I love the live stream, because you guys weren't like, I'm leaving, he's talking silent. You guys are making fun of me, and that's the kind of stuff I love, because that's what I do. I would make fun of myself if I was watching, strangely. Anyway, um, you like the John Petrucci signature picks too. I didn't know I suppose I knew we had signature picks. Never used them. As a very basic picks, basic, the most basic picks ever. I like a medium pick. That works for me. Um, so yeah, absolutely a good all around there. 2 millimeter Dunlop flow picks for Matt von Bosch. Really recommend them. There you go. I'm I mean that sounds pretty, it sounds pretty excessive. 2 millimeters, considering I'm using a 0.81. But for me, it's just about, I need something to hit the strings, anything at all, anything at all. I don't think I should use thicker ones because they give you like a deeper sound. I don't want people to be hearing my deeper sounds, if that makes sense. Uh, but those are cool. I mean, I think that one is like a two, or maybe it's 1.5. The bone one, this one. And it's nice. It feels great. It's just I feel like I'm always too heavy with it. So maybe you need to be a good guitar player to actually use that. That's probably true. Um, SB, thanks, when I'm not that skilled. I noodle to relax on my couch. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Um, is that chocolate stout? It's not. It's Hobgoblin Ruby Ale. Special offer is continuing. The chocolate stout is being saved for Sunday night this week. Um, so yeah, but it's very tasty, and for some reason they're a special offer running for like 6 weeks now. So I'm enjoying the special offers. It's all good. Christmas time is the run up to Christmas time here in Ireland is all about cheap beer and um, like chocolates and stuff. So that works for me. It's all good. Um, let's see how we're doing, guys. We got 23 people watching. Did you hear me when I said we got to get to 40 likes? So I think I said that when we had sound. So yeah, 40 likes. You've got to get me there, and I'll tell you then as soon as we hit that where we are on or with my super group. I got a cool one. You're going to want to see it. Either way, right at the very, very end, we'll do it. But I'd like to get to 40 likes. I think we can. 9 of you watching at minimum have not hit the like button. 1 of you has hit the dislike button. You're now banned, whoever you are. So thanks for stopping by. I'm surprised there wasn't like 18 dislikes when I was silent. You guys should have done that. I would be like, what the hell's going on? Scott Brower uses 1.5 or 2 millimeter picks because he's a heathen. Heathens are welcome in my channel, so absolutely appreciate it. Jim Woodward, Bruce Dickinson / and Geddy Lee. Geddy Lee's a good choice for bassist, bass player. Bassist or bass player? What do you say? Very sure. Money H2O, miming makes a man thirsty. Sure does. Sure does. And Scott, don't be embarrassed. You're among friends, and you gave us all a good laugh. That's what it's all about, Yeah, for sure. It's funny. It is funny. But there you go. I need to set up more systems. Where are we on subscribers, by the way? We're 4,660 something. So we're about 100, less than 100 away from the reveal of what the giveaway guitar is. So just a reminder, I know you all know this, but 5,000 subs, giving away a guitar, 4,750 subs, telling you what guitar I'm going to give away. So if you're not subscribed, it means 2 things. Number 1, you won't win that guitar that I'm giving away. And second, you can't comment on the live stream. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, do the notification bell, all that sort of stuff. Be subscribed. Big things coming from the channel. This year, the channel has grown by like about 3 times what it was at the start of the year. So if we do the same next year, it'll be tremendous, and you'll all, be here at the beginning. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like buttons, and I don't know. I mean, you'll get a good laugh every time I do something stupid on the stream, like don't turn on the microphone. um, let's see. John missed the last 2 weeks of live chats because he was in hospital. Oh, hope you're feeling better, John. Did we ever do our favorite guitar albums? I still hope to win a guitar. Last week, what did we do? We did best debut albums, and last week I can't remember. Oh, most underrated guitar players. So there you go. Dr. Stonk, hello, nice to see you. Marcia, what about cheap single malts? Any run on the Highlands or Glenfiddich? Probably not. Yeah, all kinds of alcohol gets reduced. It's Ireland, there's parties, and Christmas is a big alcohol selling season, I suppose. So yeah, I think it probably is. I think you're looking at about 20 euros per bottle, and that's a standard bottle. I don't know, 700 milliliters or whatever it is. So yeah, definitely will be there. I mean, I was going to get some whiskeys to have instead of beers today, but time ran away from me because Back to the Future was on TV. So there you go. Chai, Do you think we'll see an Adam Jones Epiphone? Yeah, it's in the works. It's coming out. We'll probably see it in January. I would expect, if not before that. I know it's ready for release. I know they have been waiting to release it. So yeah, I think at the moment it's down to shipping delays. Experiencing heavy shipping delays. Everything pretty much has been put on hold, from what I was told. So I was expecting two more big releases this year. I've been told maybe not. Haven't been told they're not happening, but maybe not. And yeah, I don't expect anything, to be honest, until January. I would expect this Believe in Music Week to make another appearance, and we'll see Adam Jones then, probably Jerry Cantrell, probably as well. Going to see the whole Slash lineup get a refresh. Not so much a refresh, but there's going to be another addition to it, which will come out both Gibson and Epiphone at the same time. So big signature push next year again from Epiphone, for sure. And let's see, what else do I know for sure? Oh, there's you probably know there's a signature Slash Gibson coming out for the release of the new album. There's like 200 to 300 of those being released. They're custom shop guitars, I believe. They are coming out, and I believe there's also going to be a special edition Epiphone release for that. So keep an eye on that end of January at some point. If you're interested, I might take a look, as long as you're not custom pro bookers in it, but we'll see. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, definitely coming, definitely soon. But it's more likely to be a standard, by the way, not like the replica, not a custom like the actual one. It's more likely to be a standard, and it will come in the case, like the 1979 case. Brace, Brace. Your band, Bon Scott, early 90s Zach Wilde, John Sykes, Duff McKagan, and Dave Grohl. Fantastic band. I would go see that for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely a brilliant band. Chai says to Marcia, if it's not Speyside, it's not worth the bother. That is an interesting discussion. I did look at a bottle of whiskey. I was over at my parents' house today. I looked at a bottle of whiskey. I was like, this looks terrible. Uh, it's Dubliner whiskey, which I've never had. If any of you have had Dubliner whiskey, let me know your thoughts on it below, because I think I'm going to be around it at Christmas to try it. So let me know what you guys think. If everyone keeps sharing and liking like it's a religion, this channel will blow up big time. Absolutely. I've always wanted to be the head of a religion, make my own rules, not pay taxes. Sounds great, Marcia. Great idea. But yeah, guys, every share and like and all that sort of stuff does help the channel. And Brace, you are saying Bonzo. Yeah, Bonzo. Can't go wrong with Bonzo. I had a struggle. I was between two drummers, and Bonzo was one of them. And I'll tell you who I went with in a little while when we get to 40 likes. So yeah, it's Bonzo. It's just amazing. Charlie Pope, alcohol is really expensive in Ireland compared to the UK. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to the UK, but I remember it was a lot cheaper to drink alcohol out there, to buy alcohol over there. When was the last time? It's probably 2015 or so since I was there. You never know when, the new year rolls around. There might be trips to the UK happening as well. There's all kinds of things I want to do in London guitar-wise, so I might pop over and check out. There's Weatherspoons that still exist and have their curry nights? Yeah, that happened when I was a student, of student age, and went to the UK for a film festival. I've never forgotten it. It was an experience, not necessarily a good one. Dr. Stunk, do you think Dave Mustaine will get a signature Explorer? Well, he's getting his whole signature series thing that's coming out. So you got the Flying V's in it, and what else is in that actually? Is there an Explorer in it? I think there's just V's in it for now. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong about that. But he's got that acoustic as well coming out, and he's got the V's. Those will be out early next year as well. I'm expecting them actually not to be a January release, but like around March-ish, their own separate thing. I'll talk more about that in the Gibson grading video that I'm going to do hopefully next week. So I'm eternally optimistic that I'll get 2 videos a week, get one done on Tuesday and Thursday. Lately, I've only been getting them done Thursday, but I will try to do Tuesday and Thursday, give you some information there. Dave Mustaine will hopefully be like March. And don't forget, we've also got the whole G2 with Gene Simmons, or G squared, whatever it is. That's coming as well in early next year. So there's actually lots of cool stuff coming with that. They're trying to, from my understanding, what they're trying to do is have like a less premium version of premium guitars. Should be cool if what I was told actually becomes true. So we'll go into that when we can confirm some details. Matt Von Bosch, for my super group, I would have to go for John Bonham on drums. A lot of people are going to have to go with John Bonham. Prince on guitar, James Jamerson on bass, and Chris Cornell on vocals. I mean, Chris Cornell is going to come into the conversation in a lot of these groups for sure, because Chris Cornell, Eddie Vedder, in his prime, Axl, Freddie Mercury. Let me see. There's another name I'm throwing in this list. Scott Weiland, probably. Like if you ask me to pick one of those guys, I'm gonna have to think about it. Like they were all amazing. Um, different styles, I suppose. But yeah, Chris Cornell, great choice for vocalist. Brace, am I the only one who doesn't get signatures based on guitars, based on production guitars, like Adam Jones, for example? It's just a silver burst Les Paul. It's not something custom for the artist or so. Um, yeah, it's the thing about it is, I think people will sometimes want to have something that looks like what their favorite guitarist or whatever looks like. For me, if it's a cool guitar that they release, I'm all over it. If it's like the Slash Customs, I'm like, what the hell? Or the Slash Les Pauls from Epiphone, like, what the hell is this? It's just a Les Paul with a different color. Um, so yeah, I wasn't impressed with those. But yeah, different people have different opinions. I don't gravitate towards signature models usually when I'm shopping for guitars, like I am right now. I'm ever not shopping for guitars, lads. Let's be honest. There, every day is a potential guitar purchase day, which is not always good for my credit cards or bank statements. So, but yeah, it's a tricky one. It would take a special signature for me to buy one. I'm not really interested in the Gibson Slash, for example, Les Pauls, even though I'm a big Slash fan. Um, but Jared James Nichols Gold Glory, that's just a great guitar. Would be interested in that very much. James Severin, here's your supergroup. Singer Rick Emmett, lead guitar Gary Moore, rhythm guitar Brian Robertson, bass guitar Rudy Sarzo, and drummer Neil Peart. Very, very cool choice for drummer there, absolutely. Gary Moore, can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. Might have to change. Guys, you are giving me some thoughts. Chai's dream supergroup. Keith Moon, what a drummer. What a drummer. Jeff Beck, Paul McCartney, and Freddie. I would pay any amount of money to see that band. I would pay any amount of money to see that band. Just do a one night fucking show. I don't know. It'd be amazing. And Jeff, you're currently enjoying a Crown Royal. Fantastic. Um, that's been that's very nice. I raise a glass to you, sir. Good job. I like the alcohol chat, and I mean, it gives me hope that I'll someday have a second channel and it'll be about reviewing alcohol drinks of some kind. All right, James, I've been drunk on whiskey in Dublin. Yeah, so have I. I've been drunk on most things in Dublin at some point in my life. Very cool. How long ago was that? And where did you get drunk in Dublin on whiskey? But yeah, very cool. I haven't been out in Dublin in a long time. Geez, it must be years. It's probably after a concert of some kind. Pretty sure it was after Slash Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. I think that was the last time, and that would have been. Oh no, that was 2013. I don't know. It was a long time ago anyway now. But Ernie B, I think Scott asked me for a report on the Supro 12 I ordered on Black Friday. So sounds full. Sounds very full with the volume up and the master down. The breakup is awesome. Excellent, Ernie. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's very, very cool. Um, John, you say Joey from Aerosmith is your favorite drummer. Nice. Yeah. I mean, everyone's got a favorite. That's for sure. That's cool. Um, why can you have two drummers? Marcia is asking. They did it for Red Hot Chili Pepper getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, you can. It's your band. You can do whatever you want. So if you want to have five drummers, go ahead. Just throw like a couple of guitarists in as well. There's no restrictions. It's your dream group, whoever you want to have in it, and however many people. It can be you and Jimi Hendrix if you want. That's the band. I'm cool with that. Whatever. So yeah, sounds very cool to have more than one drummer. I've seen a few bands that do that actually. I think Clapton played with more than one drummer a while or for a while. Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. How are we doing on everything? 16 viewers, 16 likes, which means we've lost some people. Guess they just didn't like the whiskey chat. It's fine. um, and Marcia was saying your seventh to eighth grade English teacher's daughter was best friends with Joey's daughter, and they went to college together. Maybe they're still BFFs. That was in 93 to 95. That is interesting. So there you go. You never know who you're going to school with, I guess. Um, yeah, very, very, very cool. All right. I feel like these brands are coming out with way too many signature models lately. Feels like overkill to make a buck at this point. A good guitar is a good guitar, but there's an upcharge, of course. Yeah, the whole thing with signature guitars is they're trying to get more publicity by doing them. They don't really expect them to like be their top sellers for the most part. Um, it's like, hey, if you're just getting into guitar, maybe you've bought your first ever guitar 6 months ago, and then Billy Joe Armstrong brings out a signature model, and you're a big Green Day fan, you might spend that little bit extra for a Billy Joe Armstrong guitar, and it gets you to invest more in Epiphone or Gibson or whoever, and vice versa. Vice versa. It's the wrong saying, but again, it makes you kind of be more interested in guitar. Someone who maybe wouldn't be interested in buying more than one guitar, be like, oh, but I really do like Eric Clapton, and Fender Custom Shop has an Eric Clapton signature. It's all just marketing. That's all it is. You know, and I honestly don't believe that Slash has ever played a guitar that has custom Booker pickups, custom Pro Booker pickups in it. Um, if I'm wrong about that, fine, but I think the Epiphones they gave him had burst Bookers in them or Seymour Duncan's, but that's just my thoughts. Who knows? And John, your supergroup, Chris Cornell, Jeff Beck, Jaco, and Charlie Watts. That'd be a pretty cool band. Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, for sure, I would go and see that. I do think, guys, the competition, if it's here in the chat, is for best supergroup. Choi Pup has the best one so far in my book. Keith Moon, Jeff Beck, Paul McCartney, and Freddie Mercury. That is a band that would take some beating. So let me know. And hey, here's the other thing. What do you can come up with names for your band. That's a good one. Come up with a name for my band also when I reveal it. If we get to 40 likes, we've got 16 so far, almost halfway there, which is cool because we're almost halfway through the stream. But very cool stuff. Um, Let me see. Yeah, the Allman Brothers, another band with two drummers. Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, lots of bands have done the whole two drummer thing. I think this is the first time that this has ever happened. I'm at the bottom of the comments. Is that true? I don't trust it because that's never happened before without it being right at the end of the stream. Um, So, Marcia, this is the most recent comment. When I was a kid, I dreamed the English teacher would get Aerosmith to play our graduation, or at least give a private concert for a party. Was bummed when it didn't happen. Yeah, English teachers can suck. I had a terrible English teacher for my last 2 years in school, but I had a really great French teacher who introduced me to, I wouldn't say introduced me 100% to Led Zeppelin. I'd heard of them, but he was like, here's a tape of Led Zeppelin. You're welcome. Your life has changed. But I had the caveat was I had to do like a review of the thing in French. So that's how I got into Zeppelin. My teacher giving me a cassette of Led Zeppelin 4, I think. And I went home, listened to it. I was like, the hell is this? This is new. And yeah, I've listened to Zeppelin a lot ever since. I could play some Zeppelin, so there you go. Not well, but I can do it. Guys, while I'm at the bottom of the chat and I'm waiting for you to throw more in there, just the here's what we're going to do over Christmas and the live streams. So Christmas Day there will be no live stream because by the time it gets to 10 p.m. I will not be in a live stream condition most likely, and I will just say more ridiculous things than I already do, which is a lot. And then the following week as well, New Year's Day, also no live stream. So it'll be a 2 week break for the live streams once we hit, what is it, the 2018th, maybe? The 2018th. So where are we? Today is the 4th, the 11th next week, then the 18th. So yeah, the 18th, and then we'll be taking 2 weeks off from the live stream. So we will then be back on the 8th of January. So we'll just let you know that before we get into, what we're doing, and don't want anyone to turn up for those 2 days. We won't be doing live streams. I won't be here. You feel free to take up the slack. But I'm hoping that when we come back on the 8th, we'll be doing the guitar giveaway. I think there's a good chance we can hit a 5,000 before that. So absolutely looking forward to that. I'm excited to give away that guitar, by the way. It's very, very cool. And I think you guys are going to dig it. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. And next week, we will have a question of the stream like we always do. But I encourage you to send me some tweets at 3Chord Dave, which is in the description of all the videos, or it should be. Send me some tweets with your questions. Ask me anything questions. Can be about YouTube, can be about guitars, can be about whatever you want. Ask me anything. We'll do that next week. I'll mention that in my hopefully 2 videos this week. So next week's live stream, ask me anything. Answers to some questions I will not be able to give, like name your sources for things. I can't because some people I can say, oh, this dude emailed me out of the blue. I don't know who he is. and then there's other people I can be like, I can't tell you who told me that information because they'd lose their job or they'd get in trouble. But yeah, when it comes to everything else, I'll do my best to answer them. So ask me anything next week. I mean, honestly, ask me anything is pretty much the routine here anyway. But officially, you can send me tweets this week. I'll answer them on the stream next week if I get any, and we'll do it in the live stream. Corey, nice to see you, Corey. Thanks for joining us. You just pulled the trigger on a Sire Larry Carlton H7. Very cool. I was looking at those yesterday on Thomann, actually. Any experience with them? They are so hard to come by in the States versus the EU. So I was wondering if you had any hands-on. No, I haven't. Looking to get hands-on with something in the Larry Carlton range early next year. Hopefully, I think the L7 I might go with to see, but they look very, very cool. I've heard nothing but good reports about them. So yeah, I think if you pull the trigger on one, I think you're going to be happy from what I've heard. Would love to know your thoughts though. Yeah, if you're free once you do get it and you've played around with it, come back to us. They're very cool. So yeah, let us know. That would be cool. John, oh no, not the Glory Holes again. Yeah, let's not bring that up. I mean, Batfink's not here again. He wasn't here last week. He did leave a message on the video from the other day saying he heard we were talking about him. So maybe he'll pop by in the second hour of the stream. But yeah, no glory holes. I think he led me down that path. He's a bad influence. So, um, Dr. Stunk, what are your thoughts on the Smashing Pumpkins? I went through a big Smashing Pumpkins phase when I was in my teenage years in the mid 90s, mid to late 90s. I was very into them. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness was such a great album, and it was fairly recent. So yeah, it was part of my teenage years were very heavy Smashing Pumpkins. I don't listen to them that much anymore. They come on in playlists occasionally, but I like them. I think they're a great band. Billy's, I think, one of those just genius level people who we've got some amazing stuff out of him. There's probably more to come, but um, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Smashing Pumpkins are great, and they're very 90s to me, though, I think. But I love them. I do. Like when they come on, they're one of the rare bands. Like the Smashing Pumpkins songs that are in my playlists. They're songs that I never skip, and there are songs by pretty much most bands that I will skip occasionally. So Smashing Pumpkins, though, love them. So hope you love them too. Um, John, what do you have to do to win it? I haven't quite decided yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a video explaining what you have to do. It'll be a separate video from my normal uploads, and it'll be running for probably about a week, and then we'll do a live selection of the winner on the live stream here. So on a Saturday night, we'll pick a winner. So what I'll probably do is have it be comment based. We'll do a randomized comment selector, and I'll try and share my screen with that. Um, and we'll pick something. I'm going to try and make it relevant though to what we've done on the channel over the couple of years nearly that it's been running now. So we'll see, what happens. But and if I can come up with any better ways to do it, I will as well. There's a thing we do in my job where there's a website that we like few hundred of us log into, and it's fastest finger first. Basically, there's like 5 questions or 6 questions, and whoever gets the first place wins the prize. Um, I might look into see something like that where everyone who's here live gets a chance to win it more than people who are not live. So we'll see. It's very much still in research mode because I've got 350 subs or so to go. So I think we've got at least a month before we get there. So I'll let you know though. I'll let you know on the live stream before I announce it publicly what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking, or like around about the first week or so of January is when we'll have um, news on when it's going to happen. But don't worry, I'm going to try and make it. I'm going to try and wait it for people who come to the live stream, but at the same time be very fair. So the main thing is you will have to be subscribed. So that's the first thing. Muddy H2O. You're right, Dave. Pelham Blue is very cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No more comments than that. But Faded Pelham Blue is my favorite. Will he ask me anything? Be anonymous. I mean, if you'd like to, Scott. Yeah, absolutely. Um, it sounds like there's some dangerous questions coming in that route. So yeah. Do I know anything about adjusting pickup heights? If so, can lowering pickups help hot pickups chill out? Um, so I know how to adjust pickup heights. Can it help pick up chill out hot pickups? Probably better people to answer in the comment section here. My initial thoughts on it would be that it won't. I mean, yeah, I'm off the top of my head, I think it's not going to help. What it's just going to do is kind of make the amplification, I guess, be like it's going to pick up more. But no, I don't think it's going to pick up or chill out hot pickups. That's it's probably more like a a wiring issue maybe, or maybe your pots need to be done, a change, something like that. Very tempted by the L7 as well. One day I want to have a gold top. That's from Ernie B. Yeah, the gold top one looks very cool. Although I have to say, I was looking at them yesterday on Thomann, and I wasn't impressed by the gold top finish on it. So I was like, it doesn't look. I mean, look, they're 500 and something euros, so they're not going to be premium, but um, yeah, they look cool. I want to get hands on with one as Corey suggested, but they look great in terms of guitar specs and everything. So, but the L7 would be my pick, and I do want to pick up a gold top, but I have a few ideas for what my gold top pick will be. Hey, Travis, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Butch USMC, sorry, buddy, I'm still here. Some reason our gas furnace quit working. Oh man, that sucks. Hope you get it sorted out. And Jeff has said, John, if pickup height doesn't work, change the pots or the caps. Yeah, so there you go. I think Jeff knows more than I do. So yeah, it will definitely help the sound a little bit if moving them up or changing the adjustments. But yeah, changing the pots would be my initial thought there for that. Dr. Sunk also loves the Smashing Pumpkins. Great band, absolutely great band. Never seen them live. Actually, one of the bands I've missed out, and I don't know actually what the current lineup of the band is. So, is it the original lineup anymore, or who's in it now? I'm not sure. Scott Brower has a question for the Assemble group. When buying a used guitar, does an included case, gig bag, etc. affect your decision? It affects mine, yeah, for sure. Um, I tend to have an idea of if one was included originally. If it wasn't, if it's then not included in the used sale or the secondhand sale, I'll be like, "Where's the gig bag? Um, where's the case?" Or if it's a substitute case, I'm like, "Why have you not got the original case?" So that will affect whether I'm interested or not. I'm currently very strongly considering a guitar, and I didn't think it had the original case. I thought it was because I had seen another one that had a different case, same model. It turns out the other one was the wrong case. Still very cool case, but yeah, it has made me more interested in the one that I was looking at. So all I want to do is have the crypto investments I have not absolutely fucking shit the bed like they did yesterday. So once they go back up, I might buy a guitar. That's that's my secret is that that's where I keep my guitar fund. I keep it in crypto because there's a good chance it'll go up at the moment. Um, but yeah, it lost about 40% over the last week. So it's not a guitar buying week this week, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, definitely a gig bag or case would affect my decision. Depends on what it came with originally. However, if it's something that didn't come with a case or a gig bag, no, not bothered. Just send me the guitar, give me a good deal on it. Um, so Butch has said, yes, if you lower the hot pickup down into the body, it will calm the pickup down. There you go. So see, I told you there'd be better answers than what I can give. Um, so yeah, absolutely. The closer the pickups are to the strings, the hotter the pickup will be the sound. The farther away, the calmer sounds. There you go. See, I'm just I'm just a tinkerer. I just will adjust things for no reason other than I think it sounds better there and so forth. Don't get me to work on your guitars, whatever you do. Don't get me to work on your anything. I fixed an Xbox for my brother once and it like nearly exploded. So fixed. It was many years ago. Um, yeah, that's Grandpa Joe. Nice to see you, Grandpa Joe. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, I want a case. Um, Scott, do I think Gibson pushing new Kramer guitars worked out good. Uh, does anybody care about them? I don't know. You tell me. Do you guys care about the Kramer guitars? I don't. I don't. It's Yeah, it's a brand I've never been super into anyway, but yeah, I don't like what they're doing, particularly with it. Um, has it worked out good for them? I think they're selling a lot because they're cheap. So yeah, on that front, it's worked out for them. Um, yeah, I think there's people who are like hardcore collectors of Kramer and they love them a lot. So um, the fact that they haven't come out and were like, here's a $2,000 Kramer, I think that was a good decision. So we'll see what they do going forward. I think they've got big plans for that to be like a budget lineup of guitars as well. So we'll see what they do. Badfing 2 is here. Nice of you to join us. Thanks for popping by. Greetings, rockers, and Dave. A bit late to the party. Badfing, you missed it because I did the first 10 minutes of the stream with no sound. So there you go. You would have had fun with that one. But let me know your dream supergroups. And by the way, all of the people have to be real people. So just remember that. Um, thanks for joining us, though. It's good to see you after you missed last week. But thanks for your comments, letting me know that you had heard about us talking about you. We'll have to be careful not to do that in future. A good guitar hardshell case is worth $100. Yeah, it's true. But again, if the guitar didn't come with one, then you can't really expect it as an added on. But very cool to have as an extra. It would if a guitar didn't come with a hardshell case initially, and that second-hand sale had one, I'd be very, very likely to pick that one over others. But I've sold guitars without cases and gig bags and so forth as well. Matt, don't mention crypto today. Shit, all the beds last night. Yeah, yeah. Anyone who has any money in crypto woke up this morning and was like, "What the happened?" Uh, it's been a pretty bad week, but it'll be fine. Just chill. It's gonna give it a couple of weeks. It'll recover. It'll be all right. I have confidence. Um, being a former engineer in the Marine Corps kind of helps. But yeah, absolutely. So we know now our official engineer of the Chord Dave channel is Butch USMC. So we appreciate you with the help there, Butch. I'm not the guy to answer the any kind of technical questions other than does it work and does it not work? Those it tends to be the thing, or things like that every screw is loose. Should they be tightened? Yeah, probably. That's like that's the height of my expertise. Um, Matt has said I picked up one of the Beretta Special secondhand. Such a fun guitar, definitely worth trying out. They have a great neck. That's good to know. That's good to know. I wouldn't be opposed to trying them out. I've never really played Kramer guitar, so yeah, it'd be interesting to compare like an older one and one of the new ones, to be honest. Yeah, no sound was a right laugh. The fact that I think it was funny, and then it was quite clear that I figured out it was there was no sound. But there you go. It was. I think if you watch it from the start when it's posted on YouTube tomorrow, you'll get a kick out of it. I think now it's pretty funny. The general rule for Gibson is 500k pots, yep, and 22 caps. For Fender, 250 pots and 47 caps. There you go. It's good to know. Because I didn't know about Fender actually. Thought they had 500k pots. So there you go. But I don't know. I honestly don't know too much about the internals on Fenders. Um, so let's see. Yeah, I didn't hear much buzz about them after the name stuff. Yeah, they've done a bit. They did a Tracy. Who's it? The guy I don't like. No, Tracy Guns has a signature, right? Signature Kramer come out, or maybe it's coming out, something like that. I don't know, but it's good that, as I say, it's good they're not ripping people off, or maybe they are. I don't know, but they're not super expensive. Um, so yeah, everyone's saying hello to Battery 2, which is nice to see. Glad to glad to see we have a cool community here who appreciate each other, and it's very cool to see um, that happening. Um, Remind me not to let you set up the intonation on my guitar, Dave. Yeah, absolutely. If you let me set up your intonation, you will be sorry, but I presume, will be like getting paid to do it, so I'll be happy. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, it's not. That's why I have a relationship with my local luthier. I bring my guitars to him because, yeah, I can't even play the things very well. I just have fun with them. But occasionally I will tinker That's me. I'm the guy who tinkers with things and then makes a mess of it and brings it to his luthier who lives down the road. So, he's very happy to have my business because he gets a lot of it, or he will be getting a lot of it very soon. Um, and Butch, thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. It's always nice to spend time somewhere that is appreciated for sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Nice, Matt. Haven't heard much buzz from him after name. Oh, autocorrect. Yeah. After the NAM stuff. Yeah. The name stuff, the NAM stuff, that makes more sense. Absolutely. And Baffing too. Hey, did you hear the latest from Soup Monkey? They blew Behemoth off stage in Poland. I don't trust you, man. But let's see. There's this device I have to look up stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I presume. Let me see. Trying to get you guys something here because Baffing 2 mentioned the supergroup itself of Soup Monkey, right? What a great band, actually. Does anyone know I'm bullshitting as I'm saying that? I presume you all know what I am. There we go. Soup Monkey, there we go. Fantastic. Soup looks tasty. Great shirt. It's all good. No, man. No, I do not know who blows off things on stages in Poland. Haven't heard. When you find a community that sticks together, that will always end up being the strongest community. Butch, I agree. I agree. I'm very happy that the community here seems to be an excellent one. We're building a really cool place to be on YouTube, and I enjoy it. As I said, I love coming to these live streams every week. It means so much to me. About Tuesday every week, I start to get excited because I might be having a sucky week. I mean, work might be being tough, might be being a pain in the ass of a week. I'm like, you know what? Get a video out this week, get my live stream, it'll all be good. So yeah, it's great to have it's great to have people I can come and chat with guitars and music and stuff. Guys, drop a few more supergroups in the chat here. We are 21 likes, we are 20 viewers, so we're doing pretty well. But if you haven't liked the video or the stream yet, please do, because once we get to 40, I'm going to reveal my thingy supergroup that I have chosen. I might even reduce it to 30 just because I want to talk about it and get you guys to come up with a name for it. So we'll do that. Let's have a look. Badfink, you can trust me, honestly. I don't know, man. I don't know. I only paid £70 second hand, so I thought it was worth trying. The tuners were terrible, so I replaced those. But apart from that, it is great stock. So that's the Kramer Beretta. That's very cool. £70 is a really good price for one of those, right? Because they're like, what are they? They're selling for like 180 new, I think. That's the thing. There are deals to be had, particularly this time of year and in January. The used market is going to have good deals for guitars that people have given up on playing this year because, they thought, oh, it's still the pandemic. Let's buy a guitar and I'll play it. Guitar's easy, right? Because it looks easy when Jeff Beck plays it and Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page. They all make it look easy. So I'm going to do that. And then they can't play the G chord and they're like, I'm just going to put that guitar over there and not play it anymore. Or F. They're like, F, what the F is F? So, so yeah, and then they leave it for a few months and they go to sell the guitar and they just want some money back. They're not enthusiasts. They're not people who really care. They just want something back from their guitar. So there is great deals to be had. You just got to shop for them. So I encourage you guys, if you are shopping for guitars, check out Reverb on a regular basis. Actually, I was speaking to Trogley on email last week about my hunt for a 1982 guitar. His advice for buying any secondhand guitar he gave me was check eBay and Reverb on a daily basis. And if you see something you like, message the seller and ask them what their best price is. If you want more details, don't tell them why you want more details. For example, he said, don't tell them you're looking for your birthday guitar. Just tell them, ask them to share the first five numbers of a serial number on a Gibson, say, or whatever the case may be there. So he gave me some good advice, and then ignored my request to come on the channel for an interview. But hey, he's a busy guy, and he's probably pestered by loads of small YouTubers. So we'll get him. We'll get him. It'll just take time. That's all. Was that monkey BB? Maybe. I don't know. It was a soup monkey. I searched soup monkey. This is it. So if you recognize this monkey as BB, then I'm going to say yes. Well groomed monkey. Looks in good condition. Not for sale, by the way. We have some nice regulars that enjoy this stream. I mean, great regulars, absolutely. I'm impressed by a lot of you, all of you, in fact. Did everyone here hit the like button on the stream? By the way, Marcia is asking a question. Very important that you guys all do that, of course. And Butch, you sound like me, Dave. I really just tinker with guitars, and I was in really affected. Oh, the IED, I was in really affected by playing ability and long-term memory. Nobody wants to help teach in person anymore. Yeah, it's true. I mean, look, it's great that you are here and you are tinkering and playing around with guitars and doing stuff and enjoying it. That's the main thing. Yeah, people don't want to teach in person so much, but there are some great online resources for learning. Robert Baker's my favorite for learning. I've learned so much from him over the last couple of years. Of course, Marty. Everyone's learned a song from Marty at some point. Marty Schwartz, from Marty Music for years. I was talking to a guy in work who I didn't know was interested in guitars and stuff recently, and he was like, "Oh, I got into playing because of Marty Schwartz and Marty Music." So there you go. You never know who you're talking to and kind of weird obsession they have with guitars. But yeah, very cool that you tinker around and stuff. I do, and I tend to plan to do more than I actually do, but it's fun, keeps me out of trouble. And in non-pandemic times, I used to spend all my money on travel. If I had spare money, I'd go somewhere. But now that I haven't been doing that, I've bought guitars and guitar parts, and I think I'm going to continue to do that either way. So we'll see. I think only people who can qualify to win the guitar must know the three-chord Dave Glory Hole guitar. Can we stop? I don't want to bring up the whole glory hole thing again. I think YouTube's going to give me a warning over that eventually. Please don't reveal your thingy. Why? It's Christmas. Come on, Muddy H2O. You gotta embrace all the thingies on the channel. That's part of the show. No, I'm just kidding. None of those will be there. Marcia, share the stream, people. Absolutely, share it. Bring people. Tell them it's absolutely worth popping on. Jeff Squires, I think there was a ghost in my house. The low E blew up on my classical. Ghosts do attempt to attack low E's, so sorry to hear that. But hopefully the ghost will be nice to the replacement. Chai Pup, there's an F chord. It's just a joke. There's only 4 chords. Everyone knows that. I only know 3 of them though, so sorry. Actually, the amount of people who comment on the channel who say you should learn more than 3 chords, or something along the lines of, what are your 3 chords? Which is fine until I answer them and they're like, no, seriously, what are your 3 chords? So anyway, yeah, I know 4.5 chords, so let's not worry about it. Batfink, I think this is your band that you're putting together. I like it. Phil Lynott, brilliant. Dave Gilmore, brilliant. Neil Peart, brilliant. Rick Wakeman. All right. Super group. Sponsored by Heinz or Campbell's. Fantastic. Be a great band. I would, any band with Phil in it, I would go and see. There you go. How about Lane Staley, John Five, John Entwistle, and Neil Peart? That would be a good band. That would be a good band. John 5 and John Entwistle. It'll be good to see those interacting. That'll be very fun. Um, is that if anybody is looking for good deals on amplifiers, Thomann is sponsoring these those Joyos. I bought the Jackman. Oh, yeah, I think they've got a special offer on those this week or next week or something. Um, there you go. Thanks for the tip. John 5 is a great shout. The guy can play any style. Yeah, I think we talked about him last week in the underrated guitarist conversation. Definitely someone um, who isn't uh, recognized for as much of the styles he plays, but a very cool guitarist, absolutely. Um, let's see. Money Joe. Check Reverb and eBay daily. Yeah, that exactly. Great advice. That he hasn't sent me the bill. I'm sure it's coming. No, no. His great advice went beyond that. You know, it's like his reasons for certain questions and so forth was good. I think from the email I got back from him was very very clear that he probably gets like 100 emails a day from people asking him questions and not paying him. So I think mine was one of those. So anyway, I bet Phil McKnight would do a collab with Dave. He's a super nice guy. I can't imagine he wouldn't help someone out if possible. Phil would be great to get a collab with to do a show with. He's someone I do want to reach out with over time. Um, the problem, and I completely understand this from my days working in the film business, is when you have a following, you have a channel that's popular, or you have some sort of notoriety in a business, you get a lot of people coming at you asking for collaborations, for help, for um, jobs, for interviews, for all kinds of things. And honestly, you just can't do everything that people come to you for because they ask a lot of things. And it becomes a little bit tiring as well. So I'm sure Phil will eventually, open up to me. That would be super cool to do a collab with him, and I'll reach out to him when I feel um, I can offer him something in return. I think that's the thing. I don't want to do it too early with some of the bigger guys anymore because um, I'm sure they get a lot of requests. So I'm sure at some point we'll see Phil McKnight. He's very cool. I do like him very much. Um, Chai Pup has said Batwing 2, a dodgy signing by Man U. Is that the monkey? I mean, couldn't play much worse than they've been playing lately, so it's a good idea. Justin is a great guitar teacher. That's Justin Guitar or something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. I think I've learned a few things off him down the years. Chai, footy fan. I used to support Everton, but don't watch much anymore. That's because you were an Everton fan, and yeah, Everton fans don't watch Everton anymore. Just kidding. Just kidding. Um, but yeah, it's not talking into a football chat. The Art of Guitar, Mike G has been my breakthrough. Very cool. Haven't um, haven't seen him lately. I've been watching videos because I'm focusing on some Zeppelin stuff. What's the guy's name? Speedy Sped, or something like that. Do you guys know who that is? Um, he's very cool. His lessons I've been checking out in his videos, very much focused on Zeppelin, which is great because I'm in a big Zeppelin mode right now. But yeah, he's a very cool guy. I'm gonna see if I can get on the channel at some point as well. I think Robert Baker actually did a video saying you should follow this guy. Very cool. Um, let's see here. What have we got? Have you seen the 90s era Gibson SG1? And do you know much about them? I acquired one in a trade that is flawless, and I really can't find anything about them anywhere. Is that the SG with the single pickup, single coil pickup in it, and the humbucker in the bridge? They come in like an Inverness green type of color. They're pretty cool looking. I've never seen one. I think Trogley did a video on one not long ago, actually. So I'm gonna check out his channel to see. Um, yeah, those are pretty cool. Let me see if I can find what I'm talking about. Um, because let's see if they're um, the same thing. it might not be here. Um, there's a very specific one I'm thinking of. It's like a bright green, and yeah, it's not coming up, so maybe it's not the SG one I'm thinking of. Um, but let's check out reverb. Gibson SG1, or maybe those are called something else. Maybe you guys will know in the chat there. For Butch, but it does ring a bell. 90s SGs. I mean, you know who would know, and I don't think he's here tonight. Is Todd Moore. He's I think a bigger SG guy than I am. So yeah, he would know it. I'm sure if he pops by, we'll ask him. Um, Scott, I was checking out this guitar, the G5410T limited edition Electromatic Tri 5 hollow body single cut with Bigsby two-tone vintage white slash casino gold. Have you seen it? It really caught my eye. Damn it, Scott, you're going to make me want to buy a guitar now, aren't you? Told you I can't buy one this week because of like crypto related reasons. Um, Let me check it out. I think if that's what I think it is, then yeah, I know it's pretty awesome looking. Um, T, oh yeah, it actually came up in the search. Um, yeah, it's pretty similar to the one in the thumbnail for the video, right? For this one, kind of like the Falcon, which is um, Richard Fortus's guitar that I put in the thumbnail. Yeah, that's a very, very cool guitar, Scott. Um, very like it. I don't know why the picture for some reason just won't come up. So let me see. This one will. All right. So just for everybody who is watching, we'll bring this one up here as well. So yeah, so this is what you're looking at, Scott. The very, very nice and pretty looking guitar. I'll pop it over here. Yeah, they're very cool. I like it a lot. It the problem for me is that it's white. You know, I like they're like white is my least favorite color on a guitar. Um, it's also my least favorite color of car. Whenever I see a car or a friend of mine buys a white car, I will say to them, but they forgot to color it in. And that's kind of how I feel about guitars that are white. I'm like, but you could have put any design on it, put a burst on it, put a faded Pelham blue, done anything, made it a gold top. I don't know. So I like the guitar. If they had it in like you know what, that would look great in like a candy apple red or something like that with the gold pickguard and pickup rings and stuff. But yeah, it's a very nice guitar for sure. And let's see how, just have a quick look at this and see how close I was to the Richard Fortus. It kind of looks like it, right? Not really. Okay, never mind. Uh, fair enough. No, it's a very nice guitar, for sure. The 80s Paul Stanley. Honestly, the Asian Redneck, your super group, the 80s Paul Stanley, Sammy Hagar for vocals and guitar for both of the guys, Gary Moore also vocals and guitar, Eric Carr on the drums and Phil Lynn on the bass and vocals. There's a lot of vocalists in this band. I like it. I mean, honestly, if they just swapped out song to song, that would be a pretty cool experience. Watching that band, very cool. Matt, Facebook Marketplace has been the place where I have got the best deals. But if you can turn up on someone's doorstep on the same day with cash, you can get a bargain. Yeah, for secondhand deals on guitars, that's very true. Um, Anywhere locally that's selling guitars, there's a very good chance that either someone is selling guitar on behalf of someone else and are willing to take whatever because they don't know what they're selling. And number two, again, it's someone who's just like, I'm not interested anymore. Give me 70% of my money I spent on it, and they're happy. So it's it's a good time to be picking up secondhand guitars, unless you run into someone like me who's like, I know what I'm selling. I'm not giving you like a super discount on it. I'm going to sell it for its market value. Then you're like, damn it, I'm going to pay what it's worth. But but I had people like make the cheekiest offers on guitars I've had for sale. I had when my Gibson SG special with the mini P90s, sorry, the mini humbuckers was for sale. Like that, I think I had it for sale for 750 or maybe 799, and I had people offering me like 400 and a square. I was like, no, no, man, what are you doing? So all kinds of things. Someone offered me an amp that was worth like 400 euros for it. No, man, I'm not gonna give you my guitar that I really like, and I'm only selling to make room for other stuff for an amp that I don't want. That's only worth 400 quid. So yeah, anyway, just be aware, marketplace is a good place to find good guitar deals. John, you got another band for us? John Petrucci, Freddie Mercury, Charlie Watts, and Marcus Miller. That's a cool band. That's a cool band. Yeah, that'd be. I would pay to see that band for sure. Um, but it's John Five chicken picking that sets him apart because of his music introduction. Uh, he hard, and he only thought that the Telecaster was the only electric guitar. Yeah, yeah, that came up last week. I think we were talking about him, and somebody mentioned that, which is a very interesting fact. Um, so yeah, absolutely, it's a very good point. He's a very good guitarist. I think very underrated. I think we did come to that conclusion. One of the most underrated guitarists last week, for sure. Batting two, Everton have the world record for losing, so they lost me as a fan. There you go. Is that true? Is that true? I don't know if that's true. If it is, it's just another thing to be weary of. Jeff Squires cheers for Munich. Interesting. They're having a good year, but then they always have a good year. So there you go. Greta Van Fleet is definitely a new old flavor. I said that the lead singer mom must have been with Robert Plant for some time. Is actually I've never really listened to them that much. The reason being, the first time I listened to Greta Van Fleet, when I first saw them, when they came on the scene, I know a few years ago now. My first thought was, you guys are just trying to rip off Zeppelin. You can't rip off Zeppelin, so I'm not interested. I believe they've gotten different and better, so I should check them out again, to be honest. But yeah, I count them as new music, and I don't have time for new music. Um, Scott Bogfoot has a super group. Roger Hodgins, Dave Lombardo, Brian May. Surprised that's the first time Brian May's been mentioned, to be honest. Brian Setzer, Dave Grohl, Kenny Loggins, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Weird Al Yankovic. That is a group. Is it a super group? I don't know. I mean, what are they playing? Are they musically compatible, all of those people? I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, guys, on Scott's supergroup. It's an interesting one. I don't know. I mean, what's their intro song, Scott? Let me know that in the chat there for sure. And Marcia does agree that white is the worst. They get grimy in a gross way, unlike other colors. Hopefully, you mean cars. Um, but I suppose guitars as well. I've never had a white guitar. I never played one, so it's always put me off the Jimi Hendrix signature Strats that come out. They're always white for some reason. I mean, I know why, but maybe it's time to end the stream right there. Um, why has nobody in this chat room put me in their super group, Dave? James, I don't know, but maybe you're in mine. Maybe I'll adjust it and pop you in. We'll see. We got to get to 40 likes, um, and we're lagging. It's 11:30, so we got 30 minutes or so left, and we got to hit 16 more likes. So guys, if you haven't hit like, do that. I'll tell you then. James is probably going to be in, but James, I think you're going to be playing the tambourine because there's some competition for the guitar spots. Don't worry, I think you'll agree with the guys I have in the band, but you can be part of it for sure. All of you guys. I mean, The super group includes all you guys and me, and then these other people. There's 5 people in my group. Yeah, 5 people. Um, Scott, that Gretsch is white, but it's the most different white I've ever seen. It has white that made it pop. It was white that made it pop. The sides are gold sparkle. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, the gold sparkle kind of sides will make it more acceptable, more appealing, I think. I mean, look, it's not impossible. I mean, I shouldn't say anything about white cars because I know at some point I'm going to end up buying one and be like, oh, well, this one was okay, so I bought it because it's going to be a lot cheaper. So I just have a feeling at some point I'll just be like, all right, I bought a white car. And also the guitars, like the Billy Joe Armstrong Les Paul Jr. It's a very cool looking guitar. It's a Les Paul Jr. And if you're one of Les Paul Jr., that is a great deal with a card case and everything. Um, so yeah, look, I'll probably right now I don't like them, but who knows? I might pick one up. But I'd like an not exclusive, a kind of a really nice one, premium one. Chai is giving us another super group. Hendrix on drums, Yoko on vocals, Linda on backing vocals. Can't think how to improve that. There's a lot of people commenting about Yoko's vocals lately. Yeah. We've all seen the Get Back, right? You've seen the, yeah. If you haven't seen it, just search YouTube after the stream, of course. Just search YouTube Chuck Berry Yoko Ono. I'd look at Chuck Berry's face. That's all I can say right now. He is a happy man when Yoko starts singing. Happy that he doesn't have to listen to her every day, but that's fine. Uh, White Gretches in the late 50s in value are comparable to Gibson counterparts. Uh, Early Gretches were very, very cool, so that is probably why. But yeah, the white ones do command that extra bit of money. Absolutely, very sure. Very cool, Jeff. Good point. John Spendley, good evening. Sorry a bit late. Don't worry, Jeff, or don't worry, John. I was late turning on the microphone, so watch the replay to see how fun that was for the first 10 minutes. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. But the thing about it, Dave, people think that when you're giving a decent deal, that you're not knowledgeable of what guitar is actually worth. But when you're trying, but then they're trying to steal it from you. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Uh, don't be unscrupulous, at the same time. I actually have told people at times you're selling this for less than it's worth. Um, the one time I was on edge for there was a guy saying it was kind of 50-50. He was just cheaper than he should have been. Um, and I was like, "Are you sure you want to sell it?" He's like, "I just want my money back." So there you go. There's your money. Thanks. I sold that guitar on for a profit later, and it was when I sold it for a profit that I felt a bit guilty. But yeah, don't try and steal people. There was a guy I saw once trying to sell um, a guitar. I think he inherited, and he was trying to get like 2 grand for it. I didn't buy. I wasn't in the market to buy it, and I told him, "Look, you're trying to sell a 40 grand guitar for 2 grand." I was very thankful for that because it was a few years ago now. It was an old Les Paul. So anyway, I just told him to do his research before selling it. I didn't tell him what it was worth. Um, Chipe up to Jeff. FC Hollywood. Is that still a thing? I don't know. John has said, my Lazarus arrived the other day, faultless, and the top is wonderful. Very cool. Glad you got a good one. That's super cool. I'm not apparently 90% of them are really cool tops, so it's just those 10%. But very cool. Glad it arrived. Glad you're loving it. That's very, very cool. Congratulations. Ernie B loves Scott's supergroup. I'm still trying to come to terms with it myself, but wait till you see mine, guys. We're 15 likes away and maybe half an hour away from telling you. John 5 is underrated and a total gear obsessive. There are a few videos on YouTube showing his collection. He has all the Telecasters. Yep. I mean, that's a nice position to be in, to be able to get all the Telecasters. That'd be super cool. You're right about Billy Joe Armstrong's Les Paul. I've got one on the way, and I'm not crazy about white, because it shows every nick and scratch. I think it was really the case that sold me. I think the case would actually sway me on that guitar, to be honest. Um, it's different and it's cool. Like there are guitars that I would buy solely for the case. Anything 2015. I love the case that comes with the 2015. It's the gold spaceship thing or starship, whatever it's called. And I also love the 2016 high performance one, the aluminium one that weighs 1 billion tons. So yeah, I'm still considering going back in for that Les Paul Studio that the guy was trying to charge taxes on top of the price. Um, he's fixed the pricing on Reverb now, so I'm considering going back to it just for the case. But it's fine. Let's but yeah, cases are cool. The Billy Joe is very cool. I don't know if I'm gonna pick one up. I'm trying also what I'm trying to do. I do have I cut my eyes on a couple of things right now, but I have a feeling that January is going to be big for guitars. Oh, and I think I told you last week I was having a new guitar shipped this week. It's not happening because it was a PRS Santana Abraxas signature, one of only 1,000 worldwide, and it was delayed. Thomann are not getting their delivery until February. So it was supposed to ship on Monday from Thomann, but they didn't receive it, and they told me that it would be the 2nd of February. So I have to wait for that. So hopefully 2022 will start with some very nice guitar news. Not just from there. I think we're going to see some good stuff in the end of January from all the companies. PRS are going to have some cool stuff next year if I'm right in what I'm thinking they're going to do, purely based on my own thoughts and some information someone told me. But we'll get into that in a couple of weeks. Um, hey Dave, just to let you know, I spammed your Facebook with a pic of my casino today. I saw it, Scott. I saw, yeah, it looks very, very cool. I've seen people in other Facebook groups asking where they could get one of those. Because Get Back just came out on Disney Plus, you could sell that for a premium right now because it looks correct. And one of my big complaints with the Epiphone casino, the USA casinos, last year, the last year, that came out was that they had details incorrect, like the fret markers were incorrect and the headstock was incorrect on it. But you got the right one. So yeah, yours is very cool. Guys, if you haven't seen it, what Scott posted today, very cool Epiphone Casino that he has. Gave some details on it as well. His guitar, Abby, is, you should check it out. It's on the Facebook group for Chord Dave. Link is in the description below. I believe it's facebook.com/3chorddave, but check the link on any of my videos. And as I mentioned that actually, there are links in every video, which are some of them are affiliate links, other ways to support the channel. You can buy 3Chord Dave t-shirts and stuff. It's all there, if you want to check it out. If you do buy anything from Amazon, consider clicking the link on my page. That does kick back a little tiny bit and it doesn't cost you more. And also check out Scott's guitars. Very cool. He's been posting like a boss over there. I really appreciate it, Scott. It's super cool that you're doing that. And eventually, I promise you, I will post on there. It's just that I don't like Facebook so much. But I will. I promise, start posting there at some point. Last week you did a really good post about like your fanciest guitar, and I was going to post with my PRS, which is I think it's my fanciest guitar, my Custom 22. I think it's the best deal I ever got on a guitar. So I'll talk about that on my Facebook group, and I'll talk about it on here as well at some point. But Scott is bigging up the Facebook group. He's really keeping it alive. So thanks for that. And and Butch clearly has seen the post. And Scott was like, "Where's Dave?" It was priceless. Yeah, man, I'm so sorry. I really should. I'm not a social media person. Really, I don't like social media that much, and I'm only on YouTube because I really do like video stuff, and I just wanted to have an excuse to buy guitar stuff. So it's like, I'll make a YouTube channel, it'll be fine. So there you go. That was the real impetus for me to start a guitar channel. Was if I do it, I can buy stuff and be like, it's for the channel, have to buy it. It's my excuse. So you guys are my collective excuse for buying guitars that don't really need. So there you go. I mean, I do need them, obviously. Ernie B, sorry for the tech difficulty. I'm not a smart man. Jen A. Movie reference from the quote. Um, I don't know. I don't know the reference. But tech difficulties, as you can tell, I'm having them lately. Supergroup vocals: Mike Patton on piano. Oh, vocals: Mike Patton. Piano: Nicky Hopkins. Guitar: Satriani. Bass: Klaus Vormann. And bass: Willie Dixon. So you got two bassists. Interesting move, John. I like it. Dave, if you have my luck, the karma would come back and got you on the 40K guitar. You knew what the guitar was worth, and thank God you'd done what most people wouldn't have done. In that case, I just felt like, I think what happened was the guy inherited the guitar, and he was like, he looked up how much is a Gibson Les Paul worth, and it was like standard is about 2,000. And so that's when a standard was 2,000. I think they're more than that now. And I was like, no, you got a special one, dude. It was a 60s, I think. It was like an early 68, maybe. I can't remember what it was, but maybe it was a 60. I can't remember. I remember it was gorgeous. And I was like, don't sell this guitar. I didn't have any money at the time. That's probably why I told him. I've done the other things though. Like I'll see people post things and be like, dude, you're selling a fake. People don't like that. People are not happy when you tell them their guitar is fake. But you gotta tell them. So yeah, I mean, the karma side of it, I think it has come back to me, Butch, to be quite honest, because I have a nice collection of guitars, and I'm about to. I don't want to say I'm about to buy something because someone else will buy it, but I'm very close to buying something that it will be very special to me when I get it, if I get it. So yeah, what I can't say yet because I want to do a big reveal for it, but I'm close to my 82 purchase. That's what I will say. I'm close to my 82 purchase. It's the right color. It's the right spec. It's got everything's original, or it's close enough to original, and I'm very excited to be able to work on this deal. So forget it. It's going to be very cool. So I'm going to work on that with the guy next week again, once the crypto goes up a bit. So we'll see how that goes. A couple of weeks' time, hopefully we'll have news on that. Marcia, oh no, Dave, your new guitar got back ordered like the rest of the world. Only blows. You have to wait until February 20 or February 2nd. Yeah, and the worst part was I saw somebody post on Facebook Fender Play Group yesterday that they received theirs, and I was like, wait a minute, mine's not coming. And then I spoke to a friend of mine. He was like, yeah, if you're in Europe, you're not getting it until February. So that's just what happened. So apparently they can't guarantee them, but they do think it might arrive before the 2nd of February. Thoman have said, my rep there has said that he thinks it'll be in before it. That's just the date they're putting on it. So it's fine. Another guitar will be here. I just got to remember to put money in the account so that it pays for it. Let's have a look then. Everybody better hold on because Facebook is ready to become something else. It's going under a new makeover called the Metaverse. Oh, the Metaverse is a whole thing. Yeah, it's going to be one of those things. I don't know. It's taken over. Facebook is eventually going to rule the world. Let's stay away from it at that point. Early start tomorrow evening, all. Have a super week. Chai, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to see you again. Have a great week. And yeah, look forward to seeing you next week for sure. A 1961 just sold for 208K, a three-tone Sunburst. Is that a Les Paul? 61 Les Paul? Yeah, there would have been 61 Les Pauls. Yeah, is that an original three-tone Sunburst? That'd be interesting. Anyway, let's have a look. That's right, keep it to yourself. That way you'll be a blessing in disguise. Well, yeah, no, sometimes I'm a nice person. Sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. Muddy H2O. Ray Charles, Steve Winwood, backup vocals. Albert Kings, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Neil Peart on the drums. That's a pretty cool band. That's a pretty cool band. Yeah, I love Ray Charles. I love Ray Charles music. I was listening to him before biopic or biopic or the movie with Jamie Foxx came out, like most people were listening, who I know who listened to him got into him through that movie. I was listening to him before that. Very big fan. Think he was great. Um, but yeah, that would be a super cool band. Winwood, I can never say his name properly. On backup vocals, that's interesting. Backup vocals. Um, it'd be interesting to see some of these bands come together. Actually, I think my one's pretty cool. I still think some of you guys have missed out one or two names, but a lot of the names have actually been mentioned. So, or maybe you haven't missed them out. We'll see. Actually, I might have forgotten who I put in my my group. Let me just pull it up here for myself. Um, okay, no surprise there. Okay, yeah, it's a couple of names that haven't come up, and I'm surprised one of them in particular hasn't come up. But we will see. Actually, yeah, more, more. Um, let's see. Yeah, it gives an LP, but no number PAF. Um, so that was for the 61 that sold. The where is it? Where is that gone? 61 that sold for 208K. It was a no number PAF. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have a Muddy, you are correct. No, Rory's not in my band. I'm going to tell you that for now. Surprisingly, because I struggled, but Rory's not in it. But he might go back in it. I don't know. It was very difficult to choose a guitarist, but I chose one I thought would be what most people would think I would pick. But Rory was definitely number two. Um, when it was, yeah, 208,000 for a guitar. Would I ever spend that on a guitar, even if I had the money? I don't think I would. I think I would feel like there are places where people could buy a really nice house for that. Case in point, I was looking online at a house in Spain last week and it was 100,000 euros. Sea views, pool, um, three bedrooms, detached house, very nice, roof terrace, in like close to the city, everything. It's like, this is great, 100,000. So yeah, I don't know. I'd feel bad, I think, spending that much money on a guitar. Now, having said that, if I had the money, I'd probably justify it to myself. So when I don't have 208,000, um, I would, I would, it's probably harder to make that justification. But if I did have it, yeah, maybe I'd do it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna actually add Rory playing the mandolin or something into my band. He makes a guest appearance halfway through the set. Um, I just know what it's like convincing my wife I need this or that gear or guitar because it's getting hard to find for the prices rising up on it, and I want to be one of the first ones on the train. Yeah, it's always a good. It's like I gotta have this. This is everyone's going to buy this, or the good line is this is a great investment. It's going to be worth more money in a couple of years' time. So I'm gonna do for sure. Um, Jeff, I think it was a no number PAF. I'd have to go back and check. A few records I should have looked first. Yeah, well, look, it sounds like that's probably what it was, to be honest. Three Sea-Doo Dave. I mean, sounds like a good second channel name. For sure. Absolutely. I like it. All right, I tell you what, we have 17 people still with us who made it this far. We have 27 likes. I'm pretty sure some of you watching have not hit the like button, despite the fact we've more likes than viewers currently. So here's what I'm going to do. Get us to 30 likes and I will reveal my band, my super group, and we can all criticize me for not putting Rory Gallagher in it. But yeah, Yeah, we'll see. I struggled with like a good few of the positions in the band actually. Um, so yeah, it's very difficult to narrow down who you'd have. You can only have like two guitarists and one bass player and a vocalist and one drummer, which I kind of thought one drummer. Um, so anyway, that's that's what I struggled with. So I put some thought into it. So let's get to 29, no, not 29, 30. So we need three more. See, what have we got here? Yeah, we're on 27. Minus one because one person did dislike the video, which is fine because I think that happened in the silent phase. So I get it. It's fine. Um, I believe YouTube's not showing the dislikes anymore, though, right? Um, that never bothered me, the dislike count. So people can dislike videos. I think that's very fair. Like sometimes you just don't like a video. It's good to actually have that option. Um, yeah, Jeff says that's the secret, not the numbered ones. That is the secret for sure. And Scott is resetting his router. Router. I work in tech. I should know if that's router or router. We say router here, so my boss says router, so pretty sure that's what we go with. Um, but anywho, that is trivial. Let me see. Did anyone hear the Slash Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators album? New song from their album yet? It dropped yesterday. Kind of interesting. I don't know if I like it, so let me know what you guys think if you have heard it. Um, it's very cool from a perspective of them releasing singles, kind of, because I don't think that's been done for a while. But I suppose Guns N' Roses are doing that as well with their Hard School and Absurd coming out in the summer. So let me know your thoughts. I'm excited to see what Gibson Records does with their album. Another thing I want to see is um, what you guys thought, because I don't think anyone's mentioned it yet. What did you guys think of the Epiphone grading video? It's a fun one to do, not gonna lie. It came to me just before just before the end of my workday, and I just scribbled out some grades. I'm honestly looking back on it, I'm like, I think I got it pretty spot on in my mind anyway. So let me know what you guys thought of that one. It is router, not router. Well, that's that's it's your word against mine, or your. I mean, you know. Also, somebody once gave out to me for saying Les Paul instead of Les Paul. It's just how I say it, man. It's just how I say it. All right, router. It's going to reset his router. So hopefully, Scott, you got that done. And thank you, Scott, for letting me know. And when I go back to work on Monday, I'll say router because that's what we do here. Don't the algorithm in either category, like or dislikes, help in getting your video put to the public? Um, but it not so much, not anymore. Really, what likes and dislikes do now is just tell YouTube what to recommend to you. So if you like something, you'll get more recommendations from that channel and videos that it reckons are like that channel. If you dislike it, you'll get less recommendations from that channel specifically. It doesn't really affect the channel either way anymore. Um, I mean, it's better to have more likes than dislikes, but it doesn't matter if you have 5 likes and one dislike or 5,000 likes and 100 dislikes. That doesn't matter anymore. Um, so people will still say it matters, but it's very minimal. The thing that's most important for channels is how much time people watch of your video and how many people who see your thumbnail click it. So if 10% of people click your thumbnail, that's good. And if they watch more than 50% of your video, then that's good. Um, Anything below those figures, you're kind of struggling. So you might not get as many recommendations or appear in so many people's feeds the next week or something like that. Um, so yeah, that's it. It doesn't really matter. It used to matter an awful lot. If you got a lot of dislikes on a video, you weren't going to do well. But they took it away because they realized people were like dislike bombing. Is that a thing? If they didn't like a video. or didn't like the person or something like that. Because people be people, and they ruined it. So, but dislikes it. Dislikes fine. What gets me is the negative comments. I don't like. Someone told me the other day they don't love my channel. I was like, that's fine. I really didn't need to know, but all right, thanks. Um, but it goes the other way. You gotta be nice to people. Many years ago, I'm the one that hit the dislike when you said you weren't showing your thingy. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just on my other channel, which is on a different platform, but we can talk about that. I'll give you the link. Oh, and for leaving Rory out of your band. Yeah, I kind of dislike that myself, to be quite honest with you. You must have not seen my comment about it earlier from the ones I have played. You are spot on. Well, there you go. I don't think I did see your comment earlier. Um, I thought the Epiphone video was honest. I wish the grades were all A's, but I'm not running the company. Yeah, I mean, look, I honestly think Epiphone's had a good year, a very good year, but I think they can improve, and I think there's a lot of promise there. What didn't happen this year was there was very little happened to the core lineup, and um, there was very little to kind of excite you beyond some of the signature models, um, which were very cool. Um, but there you go. It's one of those cool things that I think they have going for them is that they're on the right track, and they will get there eventually. I think there's some cool things coming from Epiphone, and as I've said throughout the year, they're focusing heavily on signature models to kind of build themselves back up. But the stuff they're going to release core range lineup is going to be very, very cool. I'm very impressed with some of like I think the Muse lineup was very cool when they released that, but they need to add new stuff to it now. It's kind of anyone who wants one has one, I think. They also need to do stuff like if they're going to do a Gibson version, to do an Epiphone version. So there's things that they're doing there in terms of the Flying V and the Explorers releases. They need to match an Epiphone version, but like 6 months later. So anyway, I had fun doing it. I'm going to do the same with the other brands that I have enough knowledge about to do. So I'll do Gibson. My Gibson one's going to be a rant. Just expect that. It's one of my world famous Gibson rants. So we look forward to that. but but yeah, I actually think Epiphone's going to have a great year next year. That's my other input on it. Wayne McConnell, hello from Kelowna. Is that Kelowna? British Columbia, Canada. Man, we got a lot of Canadians coming by each week, which is great. Thank you so much, Canada, for dropping by. But I love my Canadians. I did have a visa to work and live in Canada at one point. So yeah, great to see you guys here. Thanks for popping by, Wayne. Think about it. Jeff said you can change your like, and Muddy, you're going to think about it if I put Rory in the band. Um, well, that's fair. That is fair. And I think whoever hit this like, in all fairness, I actually think it's justified in this case because the first 10 minutes had no sound. Um, the Epic video was basically what I thought. Good stuff, Scott. Glad we're on the same page. And you thought it was fair. Good. I'm glad. I'm very glad. Some people, I think, liked it also. It's doing quite well. I think it's number 3 out of my last 10 videos. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And Marcy, I just feel like Fender, Gibson, Epi, etc. are going overboard with signature models. A great guitar is a great guitar regardless, but there are upcharges for signatures guitars. Feel like overkill sometimes. That is a good point. They are doing a lot more. There's a heavy focus within Gibson and Epiphone, particularly for signature guitars, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. You're going to get like the series, the artist series, like you're seeing Slash, Dave Mustaine, Adam Jones. You're going to get series of them for lots of people, and then you get the one-off signatures as well, which will come out. But there's cool stuff in the works, and from what I know, like they're going to use basically the signature models as marketing. That's all it is. But there is so hopefully it's this year, but there's going to be cool updates to the core lineups, particularly with Epiphone. I think Gibson have some cool stuff coming as well. Nobody as far as I know, is going back to robot tuners. But you can always buy some of them on Reverb if you really want one. Um, but they are doing some cool stuff behind the scenes. PRS next year, by the way, I think I've got some cool stuff up their sleeve, not that aren't signatures. So keep an eye out for them. Um, but you can take this with a grain of salt because I haven't verified this 100% yet. But I heard the pandemic call musical chair situation. In other words, some people that work for Gibson went to Epiphone. Um, what I know on that is that in order to keep people's jobs, they moved them around. So people who weren't able to work in factories and stuff moved into office roles and other sides of the business. So that's what I believe has happened. I think they did their best to do stuff like that. But yeah, but there's definitely a lot of movement between Gibson and Epiphone lately. Um, Ernie, I think it's true that with YouTube videos, some people are just easy to listen to and watch. The content is obviously important, but some shows are just easy to watch. Doing a great job, TCD. Well, thank you so much, Ernie. I really appreciate that. Um, yeah, absolutely. I feel the same. Like there's people I love watching on YouTube and just even having them on while I'm doing work. Um, have them on the background. So, that's very cool of you to say so. Thank you very much. Marcia, I love Canada. Been on road trips up there many times. Favorite area is Nova Scotia, which feels a lot like Scotland, where I've never been. Scotland's cool. Canada is awesome. Never been in the western parts though. Yeah, I've never been to the western parts. We'd love to go to Vancouver sometime. Looks like a cool city. Um, been to Toronto. That's my Canadian experience took me to Toronto. Very cool city. Enjoyed my time there. Wasn't long enough. It was unexpectedly ended, but that's a long story. Jamie Britton, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us all the way from Oregon. Oregon, is that how you say it? Not good at pronouncing state names, by the way. Apparently, I say Maryland incorrectly. So all of you from the America land can laugh at me now for saying Maryland incorrectly. Love the channel. Thank you so much, Jamie. Appreciate it an awful lot. Money H2O, the greatest name on YouTube, by the way. Anxious to see Agnesi's comment on your Gibson video. Yeah. Um, you know, I I don't know if Gibson know who I am, but I think think they do. I think I'm blacklisted, but who knows? Maybe not. Um, I think they're banking on the signature guitars because they wouldn't get the same profit as you would on any regular model. Um, yeah, it gets a lot of fans. Like everyone was looking at the Slash guitars, see what kind of setup they would have, what specs they would have, all that sort of stuff. Everyone, whether you're interested in them or not, people were checking out those guitars. So it helps them. They do get a lot of stuff, but Slash gets a good bit of money, so he doesn't. I mean, I'm not going to say they don't care, but these people who get signature models, they know that like their Epiphones, for example, or even their Gibsons, they're not what they play on stage. So for the most part, Clapton actually plays his signature models on stage. He plays two. I saw a rig roundup recently, and he's actually using signature models like stock Fender signatures. Sounds pretty cool. I mean, they're custom shop signatures, but still. Um, Grandpa Joe, I want to wish Chord Dave and everyone to have a great week. See you next week. Thanks, Grandpa Joe. Thanks for popping by. Again, it's great to see you every week. And yeah, have a great week. We'll see you next week. Uh, so somebody called Joe has effed something up, and wouldn't be surprised if he kills guitars also. Can't I can't say those rest of the words, but nobody will ever kill guitars, Jeff. Never. They've claimed it many times. It's never going to happen because guitars are cool. That's why. Um, there you go. You're exactly right. I think that's why episode quality has went through the roof. Well, thank you. I think when the signatures are something different, it is justified. Jerry Cantrell with the piezo, for example. Yeah, that is a good example. Less interested in yet another Slash signature in a different finish. Well, they're coming. Yeah, they're coming. But what you're going to get is, I mean, Slash has a crazy deal with Gibson, so he's going to have new signatures all the time. Bonamassa as well. So but the Jerry Cantrell one is interesting. It's very interesting as a guitar itself. So, the Epiphone window should be out. It should have been out by now, but shipping delays apparently are why it's been held back. So it's ready to go though. So we're just waiting for. I think it's going to be January, but you never know. They could pop. They could release it on Tuesday if they've gotten to the right places yet. It makes sense marketing wise, but I just feel people may buy one and then get bummed that another artist they like better may come out and may or may not be able to buy the second one. That's true. Yeah, you can only buy so many guitars, and then you get the buyer's remorse because you bought the wrong signature. But that's just how it goes. Um, yeah, I mean, you can always sell it on Reverb for a profit if you just sell it to newbies who are looking for something that's sold out. It costs more for guitars too as compared to comparable guitars. Absolutely, that's very true. And the smarter, by the way. And don't get me wrong, I love signatures, but it feels less special when they release them for practically everyone and anyone, YouTubers included. Hey, come on. This is my Harley Benton signature Telecaster. It's it's currently for sale at Thomann. It's 88 euros, and it has no three-chord Dave specifications whatsoever, and they don't know about it. So, but I get you. Yeah, Rick Beato getting one, I think, is a little bit strange, but his signature looks very nice. So we will see. Scott's big complaint with Epiphone is that there's nothing fancy anymore, and other than signature models, there's nothing really nice. And they're mostly pretty boring, but made with more love or something. But they do have the see, Epiphone think they have the special stuff. What's it, the Swingster or something like that? That they have. Let me just check that. They think that's like their fancy guitar, and the Uptown Cat was the one they thought was before that. Um, where are they now? If we go price, because I know it's an expensive guitar. I'm not a big fan of them myself. I think they're a little bit too much. But let's see. And of course, you do have a point. I mean, they don't make anything super super fancy anymore. Um, these Emperor Swingster in Delta Blue. That's what I'm going to show you. So um, these are what Epiphone consider their fancy guitars. There we go. So yeah, that's it. It is a very nice guitar. Looks pretty good. I think it's a similar body shape to the size and everything to the Uptown Cat. Slightly different colors. There's a green one as well, emerald green, I think. But you've got a very good point, Scott. They don't make anything super fancy anymore. Um, so good point there for sure. I Batting heard Gibson are suing Dean over the headstock, which looks nothing like Gibson. Greedy mofos. Gibson should just get rid of their legal department because they shouldn't sue anyone. At this point, just stop it. All it does is create bad feeling in the community towards Gibson. I really wish they'd stop it, but I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. There's been lawsuit after lawsuit. It's going to keep going. Wait till they see three-chord Dave signature guitars coming out next year. I'm just kidding. Um, Clapton has always used his signature. I'd heard that actually. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was he'd used them for a while, but he was definitely. I knew he'd been definitely using. So good for you. Good that you've confirmed that for me that he did. But see, that's cool. A lot of people don't. I do like that about him. Yeah, so take Slash's guitars apart and show us the pickups. No, they shouldn't, because then we'd know their secrets. Um, MGK has a SIG. I think that pretty much says all you need to know about that. So that's Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah. Who's buying his signature guitar? I don't know anyone. Um, What do you think the price tag will be on Rick Beato's signature LP double cut? I don't know for sure, but I think originally the plan was for it to be somewhere around the 1800 mark. But and then that was when it was first released. That's what I heard it was going to be. But I've heard also that this is going to be Gibson's cheap signature model. Like it's going to come in under 1500. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It depends what they do with it. Personally, when it comes to Gibson, I don't think they'll do anything signature wise for less than 2000, but we'll see. Todd Krause makes Clapton's personal strats at Fender, by the way. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Javier Pena. Hey, Dave. Any word on Epiphone Adam Jones's signature? Yeah, I think we mentioned it earlier in the stream. But just to recap, it should be at the latest. It should be the middle or the end of January. It should be announced. It's going to be a Les Paul standard, not a Les Paul custom. It's going to come in the 1979 case, and yeah, it's on its way. I mean, it should have been out by now, but I think they're holding it now at this point until January. You know, the whole Believe in Music thing, along with a couple of other things that they're holding back for then. So it's here. It'll be here early next year for sure. So let's see what else we got. If they do more of the Alex Lifeson signature with Hill Contour, but not a signature model, and sell it at a fire-friendly price, that would create a fan base, let me tell you. The Alex Lifeson was very cool. I think that was a very nice signature, one of the better ones that they did for sure. As important as pickups in guitars are, so is matching speakers to amps. Interesting, yeah. I mean, that's not something I'm 100% up to speed on, so it's good to have your input on that for sure. I'd need to look into that because I'd be very basic. I'd be like, is it a Celestian? That's about as far as I go. So, yeah, absolutely. But when I do go and buy amps or something or speakers to amps, I will come and ask you, Jeff, because you appear to know what you're talking about. Epiphone has the US Casino, which is no cheapie. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's. I have issues with that because of the amount of hassles I got about that video that I had to take down. What kind of blue Telecaster was that for under $90 at home? Butch, it was this one. It is the standard series. The I think it says standard series on it there. You can see. So this is a TE20. I recommend it 100%. It's really nice. It feels nice. The neck is nice and smooth and everything. No fret work needed to be done really, other than a bit of polishing. Like no sharp frets or anything like that. Really, really nice guitar for the money. And comes in red, like a candy apple red, and that blue, which is great as well. And what else would I say about it? I bought pickups to put in it, and I haven't yet. And as I've said 1,000 times on this channel, it stays at my desk, and I use it when I'm in work and have a few minutes, or I can just play something while I'm calling departments or whatever. So I love it. I think it's great for €90 or €88, whatever it was. Really good. I was blown away by the price more than anything. In fact, one of the comments I got I thought was hilarious. So somebody said, if I've had $1 for every time this guy says it's €88 for this guitar in the video, I'd have enough to buy one. and he was probably correct. I was blown away by it. For the price, it's amazing. Anyway, check it out. Scott, the new Lucille is a step in the right direction, and the Swingster is nice. True, but check out Lucille's, the next batch of Lucille's. I believe they're going to do another one, and you're going to get different options in it, and it'll be cooler. But the black one's very cool. I like that. Give it a few months though, probably March, April. I think we'll hear rumblings of more BB King stuff. Maybe they'll do it in January. I don't know. They might hold it off for the NAMM show. They're going to keep some big announcements for NAMM, so they're going to hold some stuff back for that. I'm so glad to hear other people feeling the same way I do about these lawsuits on other guitars, on each guitar. There's only so many certain ways you can make a guitar comfortable to play. the thing I can't stand is they can't really sue for guitar body shapes anymore. It's only headstocks. So the headstock shape is what's covered under the copyright. But Gibson's approach to it is people will think it's a Gibson because of the headstock. And you don't. If you're buying a guitar that's not a Gibson, you know you're not buying a Gibson. Like it's nonsensical to me. So anyway, yeah, they should just stop being assholes to people. That would be the best thing for them to do. But Gibson, they're not going to do that. Uh, I don't know anybody who has bought that pink turd. So that would be Machine Gun Kelly's guitar. Um, Lil Wayne probably bought MGK's guitar. Both are incapable of even tuning them. Yeah, but I think that is quite a profound deduction, I think. So we a good. I think though that is the one sale it's at. Um, and Jeff, guitars haven't really changed because if it isn't broken, don't fix it. It's true. It's so true. Um, by the way, Richard Fortas is someone who isn't given enough credit where credit is due. He's insanely skilled. I agree, 100%. I know the underrated guitar thing is a cue from a prior stream, but I just thought about it. Yeah, Richard, he's a great guitarist. I love him so much. He's a great, great guitarist. So yeah, good point, Marcia. Um, I kind of like the look of Machine Gun Kelly's guitar. Asian Redneck, well, each to their own. It's cool. I hope you enjoy it in that case. It's very cool though that we do get these choices, but yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'd like to see something special like an Epiphone scroll re-release. I mean, yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. You're right about the speakers and the amps. It ain't so much as the brand as it is the Hertz comparison. See, I know nothing about speakers and amps and stuff. It's like if I plug it in and it works, that's good enough for me. Usually, I'm not playing well enough for it to matter. So that's the honest truth. Um, let's see. Doesn't he now have a signature guitar coming out? That's what made me think about the question. About the underrated guitarists. Yes, Marcia, he does. I did a video about it. His guitars a couple of weeks ago from Gretsch. They are. Let me see. They are falcons of some kind. They're on the thumbnail for this video. That is a no. That's a monkey. Um, this guitar here that's a Richard Fortus signature. So yeah, and it's available in black and white, and very cool guitars, very cool guitarist as well, and a cool guy. I know a couple of people who know him and have recorded with him, and they say he's very, very cool. So. So yeah, apparently very good jazz guitarist as well. I don't know if people know that about him. Very cool rock guitarist. I like him. Joe Bonamassa really needs a signature guitar. He's so underrated. I know, right? I mean, you think that guy would have at least 65 signatures by now. Unbelievable. He just doesn't have enough. That is for sure. Um, I think Gretsch, which is weird because he mostly plays Gibsons from what I've seen. He does use other guitar brands like Gretsch. Um, but it's not his main axe. I think it will be his Richard Fortas. His new he's actually well known for using more boutique brands in the last few years. Some very cool stuff. There's a Premier Guitar did a very good rig rundown with Guns N' Roses, and when they get to Richard Fortas stuff, he's got some very cool things in his rack. So yeah, that was very, very cool. So guys, we're going to wrap up now, by the way. So I'm going to reveal my band to you. Um, it's definitely time. We hit 30 likes. It's been way over the 2 hours, but we did have 10 minutes of silence. So, um, we'll get some more. So let's see. What have we got? Oh, just last couple of comments before we go into 90 for 90. That Telecaster really is a looker. It is a very, very cool guitar for that much money. Aiden Redneck, I wouldn't buy it, but I like the look. That's fair too. That is fair. I haven't looked at it too hard, so but yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, that's why I knew about the Gretsch. It was your video. Oh, sure, Marcia. Come on. I think you missed that one, but it's okay. You know, it's yeah. So Jeff has also said, "What do you think, Money? 5 new SIGs in 22 for Bonamassa? Oh, at least he's going to get a collection at some point. So let's see. Marcia, yeah, the batteries didn't die. I know, yeah, it worked. The thing I bought has actually worked this time. So finally, I got it to work. It took a long time, a lot of returns. Anywho, here we go. My three chord Dave super group, the three chordists. And just in addition to this, I think I've been warned that I need to add something to it. Rory Gallagher is playing backup mandolin in the band. I think you can see it here, the full lineup. Drums, Keith Moon. Lead guitar had to be Slash. Bass, John Paul Jones, because, John Paul Jones. The rhythm guitar, I was surprised, no, I don't think anyone put Malcolm Young in their band for rhythm guitar, so I chose Malcolm in mine. And vocals, I struggled with vocals. It was like Freddie, it was Axel, it was Eddie at one point, and then I just went, you know what, Chris Cornell. So I don't think I've ever seen a better live singer than Chris Cornell, and that's what won it for me. I haven't seen Eddie Vedder live, and I never saw Freddie live other than like in videos. So yeah, that was it. That's my band, the Three Chordists. I think it'd be a cool band to see, and hope you guys like it. Yeah, Muddy H.O. has said Joe Bonamassa will have 5 before March. Absolutely. He is Believe in Music for Gibson. And Marcia, I'm sure you do. I see you're commenting on all the videos. I was just teasing you. Thanks very much, though. I really do appreciate it. And guys, that's the live stream for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for putting up with my silence at the beginning. It was an exciting 10 minutes, but hey, we got through it. Thank you so much for joining us. As I said, next week we will have an Ask Me Anything kind of thing. Tweet me questions, because I need to start using Twitter. So if you do want to tweet me, do that at 3chord Dave. I'll try and log in. I actually should do that, shouldn't I? Log in, see if you tweet me. And next week we'll do AMA, but also there will be a different question of the stream as well. If you want to ask me anything, how I find information, anything about YouTube, anything about like 3chord Dave in general, do it. Ask it next week. We'll have some crack. It'll be good. And as I said, don't forget, we will be taking 2 weeks off for Christmas because it falls on Saturdays. But we'll do other videos and stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to chat with you. I had a lot of fun today. It's been funny. I'm not going to forget this one for a very, very long time. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. Have a great week. I'll see you again, hopefully a video Tuesday and Thursday this week. At least one of those days it will happen. And I'll see you again next Saturday. Take care.